over 75 years ago, New York City sports teams shattered racial barriers in 3 major leagues. While Jackie Robinson's historic entry into Major League Baseball with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947 is widely celebrated, the groundbreaking achievements of 2 other athletes remain largely unknown. Garden 48, presented by Chase, reveals the untold chapters of sporting history with 2 athletes of Asian descent who forever changed the game. New York Knicks guard Wat Masaka became the first player of color in the NBA in November of 1947, while New York Rangers forward Larry Kwong made history in March of 1948 as the first player of Asian descent in the NHL. Discover the inspiring journeys of these trailblazers who paved the way for inclusion and opportunity for all in professional sports. This is their New York story.
Legends walk these tunnels. In this place, I've seen a lot of them. But there are 2 that you may have never heard of. A Knick and a Ranger who changed the face of their sport. More than 75 years ago, Wat Masaka and Larry Kwong blazed a trail for Asian athletes in the NBA and the NHL. This is their New York story. This is Madison Square Garden, 1948. Back then, thousands came to witness a young Asian American kid from Utah take over the Garden and beat Kentucky in the college basketball championship. Wat Masaka had New York buzzing. Offers were coming in everywhere, but the big one came in the NBA draft. New York Knicks coach Joe Lapchak made him the first player of color drafted into the NBA. And in the locker room next door, an Asian Canadian hockey phenom was dominating on the New York Rovers, the Rangers minor league team. His name was Larry Kwong, but to the fans, he was King Kwong. That's because Larry had just put up 86 points in 65 games. So the Rangers called him up to the big leagues, making him the first player of Asian descent in the NHL. History was happening at the Garden in 1948. But neither one of them were taking victory laps. The roads to New York for Wat and Larry were anything but smooth. For Japanese Americans like Wat, World War II still stung. During the war, they were either incarcerated in camps or drafted. Wat just wanted to play ball. He was already a star in college when the war started, but found himself on the front lines with Army intelligence at Hiroshima after the first use of the atomic bomb. Coming back to basketball meant everything to Wat. Winning a national championship and making the Knicks roster weren't just fulfilling a childhood dream. Wat Masaka was reclaiming the life that was taken from him. Larry's journey as a Chinese Canadian was defined by being excluded in both Canada and the United States. A hockey phenom from the moment he picked up a stick, Larry battled racism from the Chinese exclusion acts of both countries and Canada's military restrictions that denied him multiple opportunities. When the Rangers saw Larry play in 1946, they knew he was special. So, after Rangers general manager Frank Boucher offered him a chance to try out, Larry Kwong arrived in New York City. With the visa, he was refused just years ago. In the end, both their careers at the Garden were short-lived. They didn't get the chance they deserved to show what they could really do. But through sheer will and talent, they defied stereotypes and blazed a trail for athletes of Asian descent in 1948. But society just wasn't ready for them to flourish the way they deserved. Today, sports is a different place. More athletes of Asian descent have taken the paths blazed by Wat and Larry to build legacies of their own, whether that's on the court, in the rink, or even the owner's box. There's still a long way to go. But now, we know where and when the legacy started. Madison Square Garden, 1948, when Wat Masaka and Larry Kwong showed that they belonged among the best in the world.